Going to be going over Glitch Machine's Palindrome plugin. It recently came up with an update. So what you're looking at here is version 1, and I just recently installed version 2. So I'm going to go through a quick tutorial and then also review, like compare the old version and the new version. And yeah, right. Been a big fan of Glitch Machines for quite a long time. I start off with their freeware plugins like Fracture and Hysteresis and Versus History. So start on Palindrome. It's a granular morph plotting plugin. So it specializes in granular synthesis. Just granulizer. Um, Basically taking a sound here, splitting it into little grains. Um, so at first glance, you have this whole little panel here. You have these these square parts. These are zones. So here's zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and zone 4. And these kind of contain different samples. So, and with the purple playhead going on, it kind of shows you how. All right, where is it? So that purple playhead bouncing around, it's going from one zone, or in this case, one sample to another, and it's bouncing back and forth. And you can make the really cool sound effects. Very interesting soundscapes with it. So up here we have sampler 1 through 4. We also have just controlling of the sample. So here's the start time, where you can start and you can automate it. So it could start over here, over here, over here, like beginning, end, or middle. And then you have the size. You can control the grain size. There's pitch as in there's pitch that controls the pitch of the sample in semitones. There's fine tuning pitch that goes by sense, panning, and amplitude, which is the volume. Down here you have the nodes that control the you can modulate the position. So like I mentioned, you control the sound, the starting time. So you can see this transparent thing here just bouncing back and forth. Shows the it's jumping back and forth based on envelope 1. So that's how I'm controlling where the position is going to start. And then we also have granular mode. So there's rectangular. You can get like a rectangular type of granulizing. And then there's also triangular and hand, which is kind of the same. They have like a round, smooth shape. Over here, we have the effects. You have a variety of effects: low pass, high pass, band pass filters, drive distortion, fold, ring modulation, delay. I like to use delay a lot, especially when you can morph the time and create some very interesting, like splashy effects. Down here, you have the path. You can control the path, whether it goes really fast or slow based on the tempo. You can view the lines, the direction where it's going, and you can change the direction. So right now I have it in loop. You can do reverse loop or pendulum, which goes back and forth, random, one shot, and then there's loop. You have different paths to choose from. You can change these. These are just the factory shapes, and you can save your own. You have the global sounds here. You have the global sound here, so you can control the overall sound. There's attack and release. There's the amplifier, which is the volume, the pitch, and then there's a small reverb, which is size, damp, and mix. I like the reverb part of it a lot. You go over here and you can randomize all the parameters in case if you're just you just need to just create something new on the fly. It's very interesting. So the envelope, you can control. You can pretty much control things. For example, like if I want to control the pitch, I can put an envelope on there and put this at 12, 15, negative 15 semitones. And, I can tell it to go all the way up back to the 12 o'clock position and modulate back to negative 15 based on this line here. So you can choose to loop the envelope. You can have it synced in bars or in hertz, milliseconds. So that's the first version. You can hear the example a little bit more. So there's the envelope controlling the pitch. You can right click to get rid of that. Double click to reset the note position. Kind of like at the regular pitch, but the more variation, the better. You have a variety of samples to choose from. So. Other things I should add, you have reverse sample, you have mute, and then you also the effects are routed. So, for example, the sound is going to go through the fold first, and then it's going to go through the bandpass filter and then out. So, all right. Favorite sound is probably the eerie singing. It can be very versatile. You can make very interesting sound effects with it. Yeah. All right. So that was Palindrome 1. I kind of like the randomizer effect. You can just come up with a variety of parameters, but you have to fine tune them afterwards. You can then go and you have these very diagonal, straightforward lines, in the envelopes. That's pretty much all you can do. Here's an example of the randomizer. I just kind of did that, and it's very useful. I didn't want to spend any time just, shift click, shift click, right click, can take a lot of time. So, if you need something right then and there, randomizer is very useful. Okay, I think that's everything with version 1. I'm going to go to version 2 now. So these are presets I made just recently. Palindrome 2 takes it's a lot more different from the previous version. We got a lot of updates, a new clean visual interface here, and a lot of new opportunities to change the way granular synthesis is done. Granular morph plotting, all these fancy words. So like the previous one, you have start. So that's your start time. You can change the start time with the envelope, like here. I really like this part down here. You have the solo, and you can hear the individual sounds. And it's like I don't have to like press mute, jump here, press mute, unmute, and jump here and press unmute. Like you can just hear it, number one right here and there. Very interesting. So you can see here the granular modes. So here's rectangular, here's triangular, here's Hanning. They also have some new ones, which is ramp up, ramp down, curved ramp up, curved ramp down. I currently like the curved ramp down because you get like a lot of percussive sound in it. So, and the effects are kind of like the same, except you have some new ones, big crutch and vowel. I like vowel. I noticed that there's a resonance, so it kind of reminds me of a filter. If you have the resonance, just make sure the volume is down a little bit so you don't blow your ears out. There's length. You can change the grain length, pitch, fine tuning, panning, amplifier. There's a volume, stuff like that. Rate is very interesting. I can change the way how sounds are being emitted, so it can be really slow, really fast. Very interesting, especially when you play with the rate a little bit. You have sync, so you can sync it to your tempo, your DAW tempo. Then you have these new parts here. So what are these? I just kind of went over the manual a little bit. Manuals are useful. So position. There's position jitter. There's grain size jitter. There's tuning jitter and pan jitter. So it's basically these are basically like little randomization effects you can add to your sounds, and they make them sound a little bit more interesting. I currently don't have a lot of use for them now, but over time, when more I try to learn how to use this plugin, I'll probably be able to utilize those features in there. I have Big Crush on this other effect on the sample here, the second sample, which is zone 2 right here. It's it can get pretty loud too, so just less is more. I really liked what I like about the redesign. It's a lot more versatile. You can you don't have to do like a lot of jumping around. I like the nodes are numbered, so you know what goes where. It's kind of like connect the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you know where it's going. But you can also turn the view on, so you can see that there. All right. I think another thing that I like the absolute most is that you can do curves on this. So let's try something brand new. It has predetermined. It has like little select like snapshots here. You can add those on there. Very interesting. You don't have to waste too much time messing around with stuff. Your shape. Okay, let's make our own little shape. So there's a couple ways to do this. You can go to the randomizer. What are we on right now? This is envelope 4. Okay, so you go to envelope 4. Let's say I just want to mess with this a little bit. Click that a couple times. You have, voila, your random shape. Very nice. Let's use it for this. we'll just mess with it. I'm still in awe. So there's the random effect there. Let's try something a little bit more extreme. So there's the pitch. I have it on envelope 2. So let's try envelope 4. What does it sound like with envelope 4? You can hear a slight difference there. So envelope 4, let's clear the shape again and try to make our own sound here. Start with this. Just go down, shift click like that. We're gonna do this, and you press shift and alt to make a curve, I believe. I do this right. I think it's alt. Yes, alt. All right. Clear the shape again. Do that. All right. You can do alt. Very interesting shapes here. And we can have it synced. So how long I can have it last, 3 bars or 2 bars. I can make it loop. We're gonna try it on something brand new. So let's take a Foley sound, plastic crunch layer here. We're gonna take this and just use it for the sound. For the start. You're gonna use it for the start, and we're gonna use envelope 1, envelope 2 for the length of the grains. I'm also gonna go and use envelope 3 for the rate. And we're going to have it synced as well. So when we have it linked to the rate, it's going to be able to change various speeds. So 1 second is going to be really fast, and then another portion is going to be really slow. What kind of effects can I put on this? Oh, let's solo this too. Gonna try ring module. Oh, wait, delay. Splashy delay. Take envelope 2. And we're gonna make mod def. That's the name. So we're basically telling it how far we can go. We're gonna make it go all the way up here, and then it's gonna go back down. So that's the max. So there's that. We also have the vowels. Very nice vowel sounds. Turn the resonance up. Turn the filter up here like that. Turn the mix down. Make sure the amp is low. And let's give it a whirl. Another thing to add is the sample selection. I mean, you have a plethora of samples to go through, and they're very fun to just experiment with. Um, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Experimentation is key. It's I really like the second version. Like I'm going to be using it in a lot of my productions in the near future. Um, in regards to like just avant-garde like sound design and glitchy stuff. Like it's going to be great. Like I'm so happy with this update. Looks a lot cleaner too. And just not to mention like the curves. The curves is like a groundbreaker, you know. These randomizer effects down here are very useful too. I also like the rate and just the new the new approach to granular. It's nice. I really, really like it. Um, I still have a soft spot for part one, version one. Version one. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm gonna miss the blue, green, purple kind of aspect with it, but you know, it has its limitations. But at the same time, you know, it it was um it was ahead of its time when it came out. You know, so I'm really happy with the way it's a big jump from version one to version two. Very obsessed with it. All right. Well, that's the end of it. If I miss anything, I can cover it up in a video. Let me know what you think, and stay awesome. Stupid mic.